Hello, One Piece collectors. This is Shay with OP TCG, and today we've got for you a market watch. And what market watch is? This is the market watch where I tell you guys I was right. I told you guys about this card maybe 10 days ago, less than 2 weeks ago, and I think we made a market watch November 4th when this card was at like between 120 and 150, and it has just made some moves. It has broken the 200. It's a couple sales away from about the 300 range. This is like maybe less than 10 sales before you're at this Luffy at 300, and then who knows where we go from there. Very collectible card. A lot of people hopped on this one, and I believe are collecting it, getting it for their collection before it becomes like a $500+ card, which I don't I don't want to be the bearer of bad news to a lot of people, but that's where it looks like this card is heading. So if you don't have one now, might be the time. Similarly, the Ace. There's only one here at 60. I was showing you guys this Ace when it was at 35, and here the near mint is now at 80 at the lowest. Um, Completely insane. How it's more than doubled in less than 2 weeks. And I think that just goes to show, this art. If you guys have seen this art of this Ace in person, it's gorgeous. I'll post a video on it, a card close-up series on it, but it's probably my all-time favorite Ace art. It's so pretty. So I see, I think maybe a lot of people saw it in person and realized they needed to get their hands on this one. And I think that's kind of why maybe it's run up so much. This card is definitely not played, so it's not like a meta card. I just think it's super collectible, and this artwork is really great. So I think that's maybe what's driving it. It will be really interesting to see what happens with this card in the future. Similarly, oh wow, this Sabo. Can you add this one? Oh wow, you can. So, sorry about the interruption. Sabo, um, only one listing at 40. That's where also the previous sales were. There were actually a few here up here. Wow, at 70, but 40, and then as low as under 30 before that. But I mean, once this is bought out, then you have a $60 Sabo. Um, this one I know is more meta relevant. I just think this is the worst of the three arts of this third anniversary winter cards. Moving on, Yasup Championship. Um, this is like a treasure cup card or championship card, whatever you guys want to call it. This is the lowest I've seen for a championship card in a long time. The last one I saw that was like this, if I can just show you guys. I should have had this ready. Jozu. Here it is. This Jozu championship card, it did get to like 100. It actually went even under 100. It went to like maybe $90 for just a little bit. And then I guess it got bought out. And now you have, there have been sales for quite high. Like people were buying this at 400, 300 just like a month ago, a month and a half ago. Wild stuff to me. Because you can see here, back in August in the summer, 100 all day. 4 copies at 100. Can you even add this one? You can't. So there's one at 200, and then it goes back to 3, 400. But that's crazy. Because this card isn't. I don't think it's played that much. I mean, maybe it got played more because Whitebeard came back into the meta. But this was not a championship card that people were going after. So here you have this one. It's also under 100. It's Shanks, red-haired pirates. But I know this card is not used in a lot of Shanks decks. It's not that powerful of a card, I guess. But you can still get a championship card, which is, I think this is top 64, if I'm not mistaken, for under $100. This is under 80 currently. This is, it's also kind of trending downward. I've been watching it for the past week, and I did buy one at 80 or two at 80, and it's still kind of falling a little bit lower. Let's see if it even goes to under 70 or 60. That would be insane. That'd be the lowest I've ever seen for, I think, a championship card. Um, and if you want a card like this, I mean, it's one of the cheapest ones. I don't know if it's going to do anything in the future just because of the card. Like, who cares about Yasa? But just something to keep an eye on. Um, moving on, similarly, this Monkey D. Luffy Treasure Cup, um, just released. It's top 64. I think this will fall in time, but it is Luffy, and Luffy's super hyped, and this is also one of the few Luffy Treasure Cup cards out there. Um, so, I don't know. I think it should probably be 400 or and under, but it's Luffy, so you never know. Similarly, I wanted to bring up this Nami because this Nami also did go under 400. It was actually at like 300 for a bit. You can see over here, and then people jumped on it at 300. Um, and now you cannot buy any more Namis for 600 or less. Like it's 500 and up all day. It's been 2 weeks since the last sale. But you can see the floor is 600 for this. I think I even sold a PSA 10 for like 1,000, and it's Nami. So I think that this price will hold. However, caveat 26. So we're not in 26 yet. There's gonna be another tournament. I think in January or February. They will give it these out one more time, but then that's it. I think that would be your time to pick this up again, and I think it will dip to 400. I don't know how much further it will go than that because people have seen the demand for this card from when it was given out maybe a month or two ago, a couple months ago, whatever. Um, when was it given out actually? Oh wow. I think they're giving it out once more though. I think maybe it was there was some giving out like right here in maybe March or April during 120 because you can see some sales. Then there was I think another big tourney that happened probably end of summer or something, maybe September. More came onto the market, which brought the price down. And then when it hit under 300, people got bought up because then the next tournament after the one that happened, I guess, during this time period, there's only one more I think happening in 26, which will give out this card. I don't know their whole scene that well. That's what I believe is happening. I think I'm giving you guys the right information, so I can see maybe it's gonna go to like 400-ish. Um, moving on, Red Rock. I also called this one. I did a video on it in the summer when it was at 60. I told you guys it was a very iconic card. It's used in all the decks. Even as we're approaching this one, um, you know, it's gonna get phased out. I don't think it's this is iconic. This scene when he's punching Kaido, I think, um, it's sick. So yeah, I called it. This one I also called. I also did a video on this in the summer. I was been mentioning a few different full arts. This was at like $4 or $5 when I did that, which was right around here. It was a little bit earlier because I did the market watch around this time, but insane to see this rise. It just when something becomes meta relevant, the price can easily double or triple like that. I don't think I brought this one up, but this one's definitely, I guess, waifu status, and that's why it's probably moved up a bit more. And again, it's in meta and some emo or whatever deck. Who knows? The last thing I'll bring up is this Gear 2 alt art. I definitely missed the boat on this one. I should have picked up one or two at 30. But I think people are collecting this as a bootleg, like poor man's version of Gear 2 Luffy manga. Because Gear 2 Luffy manga is, I think, raw, like 2K. If you can even get it at that price, I mean, we can look it up. Manga Lufufu. Lightly played foil, and then yeah, you can see raw 2.5. Insane. Last sales though from 2 weeks ago, it was bought out. So not bought out, but constant buy pressure here at 2K. So yeah, 2.5K for Manga Luffy. And then you have Gear 2, which is, it's in the similar pose, right? And the art is also pretty cool on the event. So I can see why people are just buying this instead of putting money into the manga. You know, this is a lot more affordable for a lot of collectors. Just food for thought. I'm personally gonna wait on this one. I'm hoping that maybe, purple drops out of their meta some more, or more Fist of Divine Speed is open and more come onto the market. You can see Mystic is trying to sell 16 here. Um, ooh, MP foil though. That's why they got such a good deal on this one. So it's probably damaged. But yeah, you can see around 120. It's been hovering. Not a ton of sales, a couple a day. I think it'll fall though. So we'll see. A little quick one for this Friday. So catch you guys in the next one. Peace.